This is the most surprising thing I've learned in all my years studying psychology. It's the idea that your parents don't actually play that big of a role in shaping who you are. Instead, things like your genes and your environment outside of your parents seem to make much more of an impact. Of course, this goes against all the conventional wisdom that parenting is fundamental in shaping who you are, which is probably inspired by the impact of Freud and attachment styles. Now, how do we know that parents don't matter all that much? For decades, researchers have been studying identical twins and triplets who are either raised together by the same families or raised apart by different families. Identical twins and triplets share 100% of genes, and researchers have found that even when identical twins and triplets are raised by completely different families, they end up ultimately becoming extremely similar. These studies, which are called twin studies, have led researchers to conclude that our personality, our political beliefs, our intelligence, and our mental illnesses are strongly impacted by genetics. In fact, one analysis of thousands of twin studies estimated that about 49% of the differences in people's psychological traits can be attributed to genetics, just like how about 49% of this drink will contain actual coffee. That estimate is higher than 49 for traits like intelligence, which have been shown to be strongly impacted by genetics. So if about half of the difference in our psychological traits can be explained by genetics, can the other half be explained by parenting? Research says probably not. It seems like our non-family environment, which includes our peers, the media, our culture, and our social class, have much more of an impact than parenting. An exception might be if your parents severely traumatize you, which of course has a huge negative impact, but besides that, parents don't seem to make much of a difference. So you can think about it this way. The coffee represents all our genetic influences. The milk represents all of the environmental influences that aren't our parents. And the whipped cream represents the influence of our parents. It's comparatively smaller than all the other factors. The most important way that your parents influence you don't actually have to do with their parenting at all. They more have to do with the genes they pass on to you and the broader environment, culture, and social class they pass on to you. I'm a psychology researcher. Follow to learn more about psychology.